Hello, guys. Come and join us on Zoom, okay? Join us on Zoom now, and we'll be signing up. Come and join us on Zoom. We'll be starting in 6 minutes. So feel free to join us on the Zoom chat so that you can speak. We'll begin in 6 minutes time, okay? A free lesson. We'll be learning about Brazilian football culture today. We'll mostly be focusing on vocabulary. So come and sign up. I'll be live streaming it here as well, so you can watch along if you like, but you won't be able to interact at this juncture. But come and join us on Zoom, okay? All right, okay. As well, so you can watch along if you like, but you won't be able to. All right, so we'll be live streaming the lesson. If you want to actually interact with the lesson, sign up on the Zoom. So we've got the Zoom link here. Zoom link is going to be in the chat box. Just one moment. Come and join us on Zoom, you guys. The details are in the chat box there. Join us on the Zoom chat. We've got one person who's joined Zoom. Lots of people joining on Free for Talk, but come and join us on Zoom. And then you can actually join in with the lesson, okay? We're going to begin in 3 minutes time. So in 3 minutes, we'll start. Come and join us on Zoom, guys, if you want to join the lesson. If you want to join the lesson, you guys, we're going to begin in 3 minutes time. Come and join the lesson on Zoom, okay? We've got the meeting ID and the passcode and the link there in the chat box. More the merrier. Come and join us, okay? Welcome, new people. Welcome to the lesson. Come and join us on Zoom. We're going to begin in 2 minutes time, so come and join us on Zoom, okay? Two more minutes and then we'll start. if you want, you can just watch on the live stream. But we like it when people can join the actual lesson, okay? Okay, 1 more minute before we begin. So join us on Zoom. Okay, I'm going to be leaving the Free for Talk room in 1 minute, and I'm going to be starting on Zoom. So you can watch along, of course, here. But if you want to join in, come and join us on Zoom, okay? Excuse me. Yep, okay, guys. Okay, 1 minute before we begin. So come and join us on Zoom if you want to speak and practice speaking with us. We'll begin the lesson in 1 minute, okay? And then I'm going to leave the Free for Talk room. You'll still be able to see the lesson being live streamed, but you won't be able to join in. So come and join us on Zoom if you'd like to speak, if you'd like to practice speaking, okay? All right, I'm going to leave the Free for Talk room now and just go on to Zoom. So I'll see you guys on Zoom, all right? Okay, hello, Chan. How are you? Hello, Chan. Oh, hello, lots of people joining. I can't really hear you, Chan. I'm not sure if it's a microphone thing. Hold on. How are you, Zhang? Zhang, how are you? How about you, Hui? How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
And we have a new person here today. Is it Mifta or Tabasam? How am I saying your
Yeah,
name?
yeah, it's Mifta. How are you?
I'm good, thank
So,
you. Yeah, I'm good,
yeah,
thank you,
okay.
Mifta. Where are you from, Mifta?
Actually, I'm from Pakistan.
You're from Pakistan. Oh, lovely. Okay, so we've got some people from different parts of the world today. We've got some people from Vietnam. Hello, Lam. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Good, good, good.
How
Yeah, I'm
about
very
you?
good. I'm very good, thank you. And then we've got, is it Jane or Jayan? Yeah, how am I saying your name? Yeah, Anamish.
Yes, hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How do I say your name? Sorry.
It's Animesh.
Animish. Nice to meet you,
Yes.
Animish. My name's
Yes,
Chris.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, where are you from, Animish?
From India, sir.
You're from India. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fantastic. So we've got a good mixture of people today from India, Pakistan, Vietnam. Chan, where are
Mhm.
you from? Sorry, I don't know if you're able to speak. Chan, where does that name come from? Maybe it's not working very well. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for joining the lesson. So my name is Chris. If you've attended this lesson before, you'll already know that. I'm just going to quickly explain to you why I do these lessons. So these lessons are free of charge. It works on a basis of pay whatever you can afford to pay. Okay, so you can pay as much or as little as you like for this lesson. Now, donations from this lesson go to help people in Hanoi in Vietnam. So I run a group over in Hanoi called Help Hanoi's Homeless, and we help the homeless and we help children in the hospital. We help people who've been affected by the recent flooding. And we help people with things like medical bills, rent, food, lots of different things, really. We also help to educate people and educate children who can't get an education. So I like doing these classes. I enjoy doing these classes. If you would like to make a contribution, there are two ways to do so. If you are not in Vietnam, you can make a contribution using PayPal. at ax.english.tutoring@gmail.com. So if you would like to make any kind of contribution at all, that would be fantastic. We will use that to help needy families here in Hanoi. If you're in Vietnam, you can make a contribution using the QR code here and a banking app. So we appreciate your contributions massively. We will continue these lessons every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That's UTC +7. So that means if you're in another part of the world, you might call that GMT +7. This will be Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. You can join. Please invite your friends to join too. And we thank you for your participation. So thanks for showing up today, guys. We're going to start with, today we're talking about Brazilian football culture. Okay, so we're having a lesson that's a little bit about culture. So we're going to watch a video and then we're going to go through some vocabulary. And on Monday, we're going to do some more speaking activities, okay? So I'm going to start the video now. So I'd appreciate it if we just keep our microphones off for the time being whilst we watch this video, okay? So let's turn our mics off for now.
We feature the country of football, Brazil. Country in the world by both size and population is most known for their football prowess. Well, actually, Brazilians didn't invent football, but quite possibly perfected it. Football derives from sports created as early as the ancient Greek and Roman empires. The rules and general guidelines we know today weren't established until the mid-19th century and were introduced to Brazil by the Scottish in the late 19th century. In the inaugural FIFA World Cup of 1930, Brazil was even ousted in the opening round. Although an unimpressive performance by the Brazilians, the sport gained national attention and sparked the relentless dedication of young footballers around the country. Why? Football offered an avenue for the youth to escape poverty and the dangers of the third world country. This sport became a great passion for Brazilians, who often refer to their country as the country of football. And the outcome for this passion? The Brazilian national football team is the only team to qualify for every FIFA World Cup. This led to their 5 championships, which are the most of any nation. They are also 2-time runner-ups and 2-time bronze medalists. It's not surprising that Pelé, arguably the best footballer of all time, is also a Brazilian. He led the national team to 3 of these victories. The first was in 1958 at the age of 17. At the time, he was the youngest player to ever play in the World Cup. Pelé has also been the all-time leader in goals scored, both in national matches and club appearances. Today, men and women in all corners of Brazil play football. From the streets to indoor fields, Brazilians dominate the sport with 10,000 professional players worldwide, most of any nation. Football fans of all nationalities love their skillful, creative, free-flowing, fast-paced style. When anyone thinks of Brazil, it is hard not to think of football.
Okay, guys, so a little bit about Brazilian football culture there. Now we have the transcript right here on the Stax English IELTS Master Course, and we also have the vocabulary bank. So I'm going to quickly pop the vocabulary bank in the chat box for you guys to look at. And we're going to play some vocabulary games so that we can learn what the vocabulary means, but also how to use it in a sentence. Okay, so I'm just going to just take a look at the vocabulary there. And we'll go through it, okay? In just a moment. So I've just put it in the chat box for you guys to look at. And now we're going to practice some games, okay? So on the Stax English IELTS Master Course, we can play some games to learn about Brazilian football culture. So I want to start off with just some flashcards, okay? Just a simple explanation of what the words mean. Then we'll practice them a little bit more, okay? So we'll put some synonyms and antonyms in there as well. So first of all, let's start with each word, okay? So we've got, first of all, prowess. So who can tell me, what do we mean by prowess? Can anyone tell me? You can write it in the chat box or say it out loud, whatever you prefer. What is prowess?
Can you explain it for us? I don't know.
You're not familiar with the word prowess. Okay, that's okay. So basically, prowess is your ability, how well you're able to do something. So you can make so if you have a certain prowess as a football player, for example, it means that you're very, very good at playing football. So great talent or superior ability. So the example here is he was small, but his prowess as a fighter was well known, and the bullies left him alone. So some synonyms include expertise and mastery. And the opposite words, the antonyms, include incompetence and ineptitude. So very good. Okay, prowess. What about poverty? Can anyone tell me what poverty means?
Like being poor.
Yeah, it's a condition or state of being poor. So when we talk about poverty, we're talking about people who do not have the necessities for a comfortable life. So it may be that they are unable to afford things like food or clothing or shelter or basic medical treatment. So an example here is, despite their work in the linen mill, the family lived in poverty. Some synonyms there include need or want, penury, and indigence. And then the opposite words, the antonyms here, include wealth, success, riches, opulence, and luxury. So how about this next term, population?
Population.
When we describe the population of something, what do we mean by that?
Is the number of people in the world?
Yeah, well, it's a number of people in a place. That could be the world. So the collective human inhabitants of an area. So the population of a place. So an example here is, he was elected by a large majority of the population. So that's the population of a country. Or the famine devastated the country's population. So again, we're talking about all of the people in a place, all of the people in one area. So the population of Estonia is something like 1 million people. Okay. The population of the world is around 8 billion. Let's have another word. This is a verb, sorry. Oust.
Oust.
To oust someone or something. What does it mean? Oust. Any ideas? Not sure? Okay. Well, let's have a look. Oust means to force someone out, to expel them, or to reject them. So when we oust somebody, we get rid of them. The army leaders ousted the dictator. So we take the dictator, who's presumably evil, and we push them out of power. So some synonyms here are eject, expel, kick out, and remove. Okay, very good. Next, we have a verb.
Invent.
Invent. So what do we mean by invent?
Like we make something.
That's exactly right. To make something, to think of something, contrive something, or create something new. So an example is, do you know who invented the steam engine? And synonyms could be contrive, design, devise, formulate, or mint. Absolutely, well done. How about inaugural?
Inaugural.
This is an adjective. Not sure? So when we talk about inaugural, we mean the first of something. Okay, so the definition there isn't great, but the first of something. So your inaugural football match, the first football match. And then an inauguration is an event where we introduce a new person, like a new president or something like that. The first of something. Right? Okay. Next, we have the word dominate, which is a verb.
Dominate.
What do we mean by dominate? What does it mean to dominate?
It is something overlook or over control.
Having control over something, yeah. To control or govern the use of through power or influence, to rule. So his authoritarian father dominated him to a stifling degree, or the Soviet Union dominated the smaller communist nations of Eastern Europe. Okay, and then finally we have an adjective, ancient.
Ancient.
What does it mean, ancient?
It means old or traditional.
It means very, very old, yeah. Something that has existed for many, many years. So we're talking thousands of years old. It's something ancient. We saw the ancient ruins of the old city. Some synonyms include age-old, antique, or simply old. And antonyms, brand new or modern. All right, very good. Let's try a slightly more exciting game now. Okay, let's try this game, which is called Guess What? Okay, so I'm going to buy some clues first of all. So here we have a noun. He was small, but his, as a fighter, was well known and the bullies left him alone. So what is that word we're looking for?
I think
Prowess.
Broadway.
It's prowess. Very good. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So similar words are know-how, and we're talking about great skill or talent and superior ability, mastery. Next, we have an adjective, and a related word is maiden. And maiden, this time, not as a noun, but as an adjective to describe doing something the first time.
The thing is inaugural.
Inaugural. Yep, very good.
Inaugural.
Inaugural. Very good. The first thing that we do, the first time something is done. Next, we have an adjective. The definition is extremely old or existing for many, many years.
It is ancient.
You are absolutely right. Ancient is correct. Ancient. So we can see this ancient building here, this ancient ruin. And the example here is we saw the ancient ruins of the old city. Very good. Next, we have a noun. The example is he was elected by a large majority of the
Population.
population. Very good. The collective human inhabitants of an area. Population, all the people that live there. Next up, transitive verb, the army leaders, the dictator. So what did they do to the dictator? They get rid of the dictator.
They oust.
They oust the dictator.
Oust.
To force out, to expel, So overthrow, reject or eject. Very good. All right, let's have some more clues and things. Now we have a noun, and a synonym is indigence. So this is when we are in need of something. Despite their work in the linen mill, the family lived in...
Poverty.
Poverty is correct. Well done. So we're talking about not having enough money to support yourself adequately. Transitive verb now, and a related word is bow or bow. A similar word is conquer. And a synonym is control. Any idea?
Dominate.
Dominate is the right one. Well done. So his authoritarian father dominated him to a stifling degree. Very good. Next, we have a transitive verb, and a similar word is coin. So to coin something, this is a verb, actually. When we coin something, we create it.
Is invent.
You're right, indeed. Yeah, it is invent. So we've got, do you know who invented the steam engine? So to think of or contrive or create something new. Very good. Well done, guys. Okay. Great stuff. Now let's try using some of those in a sentence. So let's try this one, drag and drop. All right, okay. So first one, do you know who the steam engine? We have to use the correct form of the verb as well, if it's a verb.
Invent.
Invented, yeah. So it's past tense because the steam engine was invented in the past. So do you know who invented the steam engine? Next we have the famine devastated the country's...
Poverty.
Not poverty. So this we're talking now about the people of the country.
Oh, population.
Population, well done. We saw the ruins of the old city.
The
Ancient.
ancient ruin.
Ancient ruins of the old city, very good. Despite their work in the linen mill, the family lived in...
Poverty.
Poverty, very good. The army leaders, the dictator.
Oust. Dictator.
Ousted the dictator. His authoritarian father, him to a stifling degree.
Dominated.
That's the one, dominated, well done. He was elected by a large majority of the...
Of the population.
Population is right, well done. And the Soviet Union, the dominant, oh, I almost said it then, the smaller communist nations of Eastern Europe.
Um,
Let's come back to that one. He was small, but his, as a fighter, was well known, and the bullies left him alone.
prowess.
Prowess as a fighter was well known. Very good. So the Soviet Union basically controlled the smaller communist nations of Eastern Europe.
Dominated.
Dominated. Very good. Well done, you guys. Great job. Let's try some more things here. Okay. So let's learn about Brazil first of all. Let's learn a little bit, some facts about Brazil generally, okay? Some Brazil facts. Let's try this. Brazil is the largest country in South where?
South America.
South America, very good. It shares its border with other countries.
Brasilia.
With Brasilia, no. So Brasilia is a city in Brazil. So it doesn't share a border with Brasilia. Let's come back to that one.
Okay.
So other countries, including Bolivia, something, and Colombia.
Peru.
So Peru, yeah. So we need another country. That's the only other country that's in there. The capital city of Brazil is
Really?
Brasilia. Very good. Yeah. So Brasilia is the capital. However, many people think that it is de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro. Very good. The flag of Brazil is yellow and blue.
Is green.
Green, yellow, and blue. Very good. And says ordem e progresso, which means something and progress.
Order in progress.
Order and progress. A flight from to Rio de Janeiro.
From
Glasgow.
Glasgow to Rio de Janeiro takes approximately hours. So we need a number now. We've got two
10.
numbers, so it's quite tricky.
10.
Maybe 10 hours, do you think?
Yeah,
The
I think
country is home to the world's largest something.
rainforest.
Rainforest, which is called the
Amazon.
Amazon. So now, do we think we have 12 countries bordering Brazil? Or that it takes 12 hours from Glasgow to Brazil? What do you think? How many countries border Brazil? Does 12 sound like too much, or does 10 sound like not enough? What do you want to guess? How many countries do you think? 10 or 12?
I think it's 10 countries.
Let's try 10. You're absolutely right. Well done. Good job. So we got that all right. Well done. Well done. See if we're in the leaderboard. Oh, we're not in the leaderboard because we weren't fast enough, but we still did very well. All right, very good, guys. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to watch the video one more time now that we've learned the vocabulary. And then afterwards, we're going to do the reading test, okay? So pay attention very carefully.
We feature a country of football, Brazil. Brazil, the fifth largest country in the world by both size and population, is most known for their football prowess. Well, actually, Brazilians didn't invent football, but quite possibly perfected it. Football derives from sports created as early as the ancient Greek and Roman empires. The rules and general guidelines we know today weren't established until the mid-19th century and were introduced to Brazil by the Scottish in the late 19th century. In the inaugural FIFA World Cup of 1930, Brazil was even ousted in the opening round. Although an unimpressive performance by the Brazilians, the sport gained national attention and sparked the relentless dedication of young footballers around the country. Why? Football offered an avenue for the youth to escape poverty and the dangers of the third world country. This sport became a great passion for Brazilians, who often refer to their country as the country of football. And the outcome for this passion? The Brazilian national football team is the only team to qualify for every FIFA World Cup. This led to their 5 championships, which are the most of any nation. They are also 2-time runner-ups and 2-time bronze medalists. It's not surprising that Pelé, arguably the best footballer of all time, is also a Brazilian. He led the national team to 3 of these victories. The first was in 1958 at the age of 17. At the time, he was the youngest player to ever play in the World Cup. Pelé has also been the all-time leader in goals scored, both in national matches and club appearances. Today, men and women in all corners of Brazil play football. From the streets to indoor fields, Brazilians dominate the sport with 10,000 professional players worldwide, most of any nation. Football fans of all nationalities love their skillful, creative, free-flowing, fast-paced style. When anyone thinks of Brazil, it is hard not to think of football.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to share the transcript with you, which I'm going to open up as well. So I'm just going to duplicate this tab so that we can have transcript open whilst we go through the reading test. Okay. And I'm going to share this in the chat box as well, so you can read through it at your own pace. Okay. So that's all in the chat box for you. And we're going to keep this open as well so that we can look at it while we refer back to it while we're doing the reading test, okay? So you guys can write down your answers or you can say them out loud. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so there are 4 countries in the world that are larger than Brazil. Is that true, false, or not given?
I think it's true.
Okay. Let's check the answer. That is correct because it says that it's the 5th largest country by size and population. So that means that there are 4 above it. Brazil is the 5th most populous country in the world. So the 5th biggest population. True, false, or not given?
I think it's true.
It is true. Now remember, of course, this video is made at a certain point in time. So this information can change. And when you do an IELTS test, what you're looking for is not what you know to be true, but what's actually written down on the reading text. Okay. So even if something is a little outdated or you know something that is extra that is not in the written text, make sure you're only answering for what you can see in the text. Brazil invented football. True, false, or not given?
It is false.
Absolutely. It does not say that they invented football. It says they might have perfected it, but they didn't invent it. Similar games to football were played in ancient Greece and ancient Rome. True, false, or not given?
I think it's true.
Now, with a question like this, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, there is no possible way to turn them into a synonym. So there's no way you can say anything other than ancient Greece or ancient Rome. Now we can see here that that appears right there in the text. And it says football derives from sports created as early as the ancient Greek and Roman empires. So it is true. Very good. Next, we have FIFA was created in 1904. Now, again, we have a date here. So we can actually scan through the text and see if that date appears anywhere. Do we see 1904 anywhere? You tell me if you see it.
No, I can't see.
Neither can I. I can see 1958. I can see 1930, but there is nothing about 1904. So what does that mean?
It's not given.
Not given. Now that's correct. Now it's actually true that FIFA was created in 1904, but we don't have any information about that. So it's not our place to say it is true, even if we know it to be true. Brazil was beaten in the first round of the FIFA World Cup of 1930. True, false, or not given?
I think it's false.
False. Let's have a look. I'm afraid it's actually true. And if we go back to here, remember we can look for that date again, can't we? Ah, there we go. In the inaugural FIFA World Cup of 1930, Brazil was even ousted in the opening round. So opening round means the first round. So what you want to do with a question like that is look for a word that means first, or look for the date that's given, 1930, or even a word like FIFA, which of course is the entity that hosts the World Cup. So Brazil was ousted in the opening round. It means that they were kicked out, they were beaten, they lost, and they had to go home. So it is true. People from Brazil call it the city of football. Is that true, false, or not given? Sorry, the country of football, not the city. Country of football. True, false, not given. What do you think?
It's true.
It is true. Well done. You're absolutely right. Correct. So we can see that again in the text if we look for it. Pele was a better player than Ronaldo.
It is not given.
It is not given. Nope. We do not get any information about that. The Brazilian national football team is the only team to qualify for every FIFA World Cup.
It's true.
It is actually true. Yeah, very good. Pele was the youngest player to play in the World Cup. True, false, or not given? So this time we can look for somebody's name because you can't change somebody's name. So if we look for the word for Pele, And we can read about him here. So what does it say about Pele? Does it say he was the youngest player to play in the World Cup? Does it say he wasn't the youngest player, or does it say nothing about this? Sorry, I misheard you there. Yes, it says that he was the youngest player, so it's true. Very good. All right. Next question. Pele scored a total of 1,283 first-class goals. Now, of course, this is a number, so we should be able to see a number. I can see the number 10,000. I can see the date 1930, the mid-19th century, the 5th largest country. But I can't see anything about goals. So what does that mean?
It means it's not given.
It's not given. Now, it is actually true. That is how many goals Pele scored. But it's not, we don't have any information about that. Let me just reload the page so this works. Hold on. So yeah, so that piece of information is correct actually. But it's nothing, there's no mention of it in the text there. So we're just going to put it down as not given. Okay. Just reloading this quickly. Now, normally on an IELTS test, they tend to go down, with a reading test, they tend to start with the questions that are at the top of the reading test and go down. So if some information is at the top of the test, it will be within the first questions. And towards the end, we're on the 12th question out of 13 now. You're probably looking at stuff that's further down. So Pele helped the national team to win in 1958. Is that true, false, or not given? So again, we need to look for 1958. So what do you think? Is that true or false or not given? What do you think?
I think it's not given. Maybe.
Not given? It actually is true, I'm afraid. So if we look carefully, it says here, he led the national team to 3 of these victories. The first was in 1958 at the age of 17. At the time, he was the youngest player to ever play in the World Cup. So it actually is true. And last one here, Pele has scored the most goals in national matches, but does not have the most club appearances. True, false, or not given? What do you guys think? What do you think? True, false, or not given?
Can you read the question again?
Sure. Pele has scored the most goals in national matches, but does not have the most club appearances.
I think it's false.
You're right, because it says right there, that he has not only been the all-time leader in goals scored in national matches and club appearances. All right, so very good. Very good. Okay, let's see how we did. So we got 2 of them wrong and 11 of them right. We need a 90% chance to pass. So if we redid that and got one more question right, it would be a pass. Very good. So normally we'd have 20 minutes to do that test. Okay, what we're going to look at now is a little bit of paraphrasing, okay? We're going to do some writing now. Okay. So rewrite the sentences without changing their meaning. So you can try paraphrasing these sample sentences. So first of all, we've got Brazil, the 5th largest country in the world by both size and population, is most known for their football prowess. So what we need to do here is rewrite this sentence as best we can. So I'm going to give you some time just to think about how we would rewrite this sentence whilst keeping all of the information. So we don't want to change the meaning. We don't want to lose any information. It's okay to add a bit of information if you know some, but generally speaking, what we're trying to do is maintain the same meaning but write it in a slightly different way. Now, this is a very good activity to practice and learn your adaptability and fluidity with English. So you can learn how to say things in many different ways rather than just saying them in the same way. So I'll give you some time to practice this. So if you could write your answer in the chat box, how you would rewrite this. I'll give you a little bit of time just to practice, okay? Just to try this out. So try this first sentence. Brazil, the 5th largest country in the world by both size and population, is most known for their football prowess. And if you're watching on the live stream, you can write down your answer as well. How do we rewrite this sentence?
Can I read my sentence?
Do you want to put it in the chat box so I can see it?
Okay.
Yep, pop it in the chat box for me. Somebody's answered on the live stream as well. Have you written your answer down? Can you write your answer in the chat box for me, Lam? Wow. Okay. So known for its outstanding football skills, Brazil is the fifth largest nation in the world in both land area and population. Okay, that's good. The only thing I would change, though, is known for their outstanding football skills. Brazil is the fifth largest nation in the world in both land area and population. Very good. Now let's have a look at one of my examples here. So an example that we have for this activity is the fifth largest country in the world in terms of geographical size and population is famous for their skillful football players. Now, the only thing I would change about that, about my own work, is I would make sure that the word Brazil is included so that we know which country we're talking about. But yeah, it's quite similar to your one. So very good work there, Nam. Let's try this next one. In the inaugural FIFA World Cup of 1930, Brazil was ousted in the opening round. How would we rewrite that? That's very good, Lam. Great stuff. So again, back to the first one, sorry. We've had another answer just come in, which says known for their Brazil, which is famous for its football prowess, is the fifth largest country in the world. Very good. So you've done very well there as well. Great answer. The only thing that's missing is, of course, we talk about the fifth largest country in the world, but we don't mention whether it's by size or by population or both, which it is in this case. But that's still a really good answer. Let's try this second answer now. In the inaugural FIFA World Cup of 1930, Brazil was ousted in the opening round. How could we change that sentence? Now, obviously, words like FIFA, World Cup, 1930, and Brazil cannot really be changed. So how can we change that? Someone on the live chat has just answered, saying, in the first FIFA World Cup of 1930, Brazil was defeated in the first round. So that's quite good. But it would be a bit better if we could not use the word first two times. So you could maybe say something like, in the first World Cup of 1930, Brazil was defeated. You could even keep it as opening round or even change it to the inaugural round. Okay. So we've got another answer here. Brazil was knocked out in the first round of the 1930 FIFA World Cup. The tournament's debut last year. So that doesn't really make sense last year because it wasn't last year. It was 1930. So you would say during in the tournament's debut year. So meaning the first year that the tournament existed. So in the tournament's debut year. Fantastic. So debut is similar to inaugural, meaning the first one. Next one. Today, men and women in all corners of Brazil play football, from the streets to indoor fields. Brazilians dominate the sport, with 10,000 professional players worldwide, most of any nation. So how do we rewrite that sentence and keep the information? Who can do this one for me? We have another answer there coming through on the live chat. So to those who are live streaming, it says, today, people all over Brazil play football from the streets to indoor gymnasiums. Brazilians dominate the sport with thousands of professional players all over the world. They have the most of any country. So yeah, so very good. We've sort of just changed some of the words there. Well done. So again, with something like this, we want to keep obviously the term Brazil, but we don't necessarily need to keep the term 10,000 because it's not exactly 10,000, is it? It's not likely that they have exactly that round number. So we could say, as was said in the live chat there, thousands of professional players, which is still true. Okay, we've had another answer from the live stream there. It says, nowadays, people all over Brazil play football in the streets and in the indoor fields. Brazilians are the best at the sport with 10,000 professional players around the world. So dominate and are the best. I think when we say are the best, it's not necessarily the same as dominating the sport. I think what the implication there is that they have lots of players, meaning that Brazilians tend to be very good and there are lots of players from Brazil, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're always the best, although they probably are. Okay. Okay, guys. All right. We'll give it a little bit longer just to try to get your paraphrasing in. Okay, we've got another one come through here. At present, football is played by people of all genders throughout Brazil, from street games to indoor pitches, and Brazilians hold the record at about 10,000 professionals worldwide. All right, very good. Great stuff, guys. Well done. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up there. Now, in the next lesson, we're going to review the vocabulary and we're going to practice some of these questions. So we've got, are international sporting events good for the host? So what problems can international sporting events bring to the host country? What benefits can international sporting events bring to the home country, to the host country? What effects can international sporting events have on the local environment? What effects can international sporting events have on the local population? What effects can international sporting events have on the local economy, on the local jobs? And what factors should be considered before hosting an international sporting event? So we're going to discuss these questions. So I'd recommend checking out the Stax English IELTS Master Course suggested questions, and you can practice these questions with this debate simulator AI. Now, this is an AI that's specifically designed for having a debate. So it will bring up sort of both sides to an argument, and you can talk with it. It will remember the things that you've said, and you can talk back to it. It's very good for formulating your own arguments, and it's very good for learning vocabulary as well. So we'll practice that in the next lesson, which will be on Monday. So please join us, same time again on Monday. Now, I'm just going to quickly explain why we do this lesson. So this lesson is for my charitable campaign, Help Hanoi's Homeless. So if you can make a donation for this lesson to help homeless people in Hanoi, I'd be very, very grateful. So any donation you can make, anything at all, even if it's just 50k, would be gratefully appreciated. If you're watching on the live stream and you have PayPal, if you can make a payment to ax.english.tutoring@gmail.com, I'd be immensely grateful. The money will be used to supply needy people in Vietnam with the medical supplies that they need, pay for their medical bills, provide food and toiletries and other essentials that people need. So please send anything that you can, anything you can reasonably afford. I'd be very, very grateful. If you're in Vietnam, there's a QR code right in front of you there in the corner that you can use with a banking app. There's also the details just there down below it. And if you're not in Vietnam, please send me something via PayPal. I really like doing these classes and I want to keep doing them. So anybody who can support me with a little bit of money just so that I can keep my campaigns going and help people here in Hanoi, I'd be very, very grateful for. So we'll finish there, guys. So thank you so much for attending today. And I'll see you again in the next session on Monday, okay? Bye-bye for now, everyone.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye.
See you
Take care
soon.
now. Bye-bye. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, teacher.